Jesus Christ has given 1 rupee to your forefathers. And if that money has doubled every 10 years, decade after decade, and your forefather passed on that money generation after generation after generation to your father, and your father passed on that all that money to you, how much money will that be?
4 times more.
Huh?
4 times more.
They are good mathematics.
So when the money doubles 200 times,
Money depreciates.
doubles 200 times, it's not millions or billions or trillions, it's a mind-blowing 60-digit number. So good morning, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and aspiring Toastmasters. I am pleased to present a small topic on which is a billion times better. How many of you think we can become billion times better? A billion is 1,000 times multiplied by 1,000 times multiplied by 1,000. So how many of you think we can become billion times better in our lifetime? Thank you. I think I am talking to the right audience of the MTC world. The first digital camera was invented by Steven Saucer. In 1976, a 0.01 megapixel digital camera weighing 1700 grams was costing more than $10,000. In 2014, a more than 10 megapixel camera weighing less than 14 grams and costing less than $10. That's 1,000 times resolution, 1,000 times cheaper, and 1,000 times lighter. That's a billion times better. But wait, there is more. The looks, the feel, the aesthetics of the camera too had improved, making the camera improve more than a billion times. How many of you thought the billion time improvement can come through multiple ways than just one single way? Can you show your hands, please? The key learning I had when I was doing this exercise, it is better to improve through multiple ways. To break a large problem by chunking down into smaller problems and handle one small piece at a time. That's about chunking. Look at what happened on the other hand to Kodak. Kodak was into manufacturing of photo films and it was valued $28 billion in 1996. But look at what happened in 2012. The company was declared bankrupt. Why? Kodak failed to go for the market-oriented changes. In spite of, even after 20 years of invention of the digital camera, they stuck to manufacturing of films. So that reminds me of a beautiful quotation from John C. Maxwell from his latest book, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Change is inevitable, growth is optional. We all need to change. It's better to go for the growth-oriented changes. In my own personal life, I was working for industrial sales, the traditional industrial sales. The one decision I took to move to a growth-oriented BPO industry has made a lot of difference in my personal and professional life. Let's say what will definitely and certainly make billion times better. Certainly, the chunking and growth-oriented changes will certainly lead to improvement, but will it lead to billion times better? So before that, let's understand what is linear growth and what is exponential growth. So we all studied what is simple interest and compound interest in mathematics during our school days. Yes? So simple interest grows in a very linear manner. Let me take an example to demonstrate. If 1 rupee grows over a period of time, assume it's growing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every 3 years, that's termed as the linear growth of a simple growth. On the other hand, imagine the rupee doubles every 3 years. 3 years after 3 years doubles. So 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. And in 30 years, the 1 rupee grows 1,000 times and becomes 1,000 rupees. So which of these two growth you would love to have in your life?
Exponential.
Exponential? Beautiful. That's what exactly everyone wants. But however, mind always tend to overestimate what it can do in 1 year and underestimate what it can do in a decade. because of the mind's inbuilt design of the linear theory. So one of the sure shot way of getting billion times better is continuous, constant and compounding improvement. The best example for that is Warren Buffett, who focuses on continuous, constant and compounding improvement. One of his simplest strategies is to grow his business by just 2% every month. The 2% a possibility to grow every month? So a 2% every month leads to 100% growth in 3 years. A 2% growth per month leads to 10 times or 1000% growth in 10 years. Let's see a small exercise. The first table represents the growth table. How much 1000 rupees today will become in 3 years? 2000. How much 1000 rupees today growing at this table or becoming 10 times becomes in 10 years? 1000 rupees today, the next 10 years becomes 10 times, that is 10,000 rupees. But how much 1000 rupees today becomes the next 60 years? That is 10 lakh times more. 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 for every 1 year. So that becomes the next 60 years, a mind-blowing 100 crores in the next 60 years. I am sure and certain these three simple and powerful steps can certainly lead to billion times better. Chunking, growth-oriented changes and compounded improvement. The same thing can be applied in our own life. This is one of the blogs that I saw last week in the MSN. It's a very powerful what India is going to become in the next 30 years. So we have the power to become one of the largest growing economies. So it's a time for us to start, a time for us to act, and time for us to become billion times better and be part of the India growth story. Thank you, Toastmasters. And thank you, Suri, for your question.